You now make music on an iPad,
Yeah.
which I applaud you for. And a lot of people, you got to tell people, break it down, because this is some that a lot of people don't know. And even, I mean, more and more people are becoming privy to it, but people don't even think it's possible to make good sounding music with just your phone or with an iPad or maybe a DS.
It's definitely a process. I'll tell you that much.
What's the toughest part about making music on an iPad?
Definitely the mixing, the mastering process. So after you're done with it, you want to make sure all your levels are good. You know what your idea will sound like. You just have to make sure it sounds like a song, right? You want to make sure your bass is equal. You want to make sure the equalizer matches what you want it to sound like, essentially.
Of course.
I
what are the hardest parts in doing that process?
So with specifically with the app I use, the equalizer isn't easy to find, nor is it that detailed.
Yeah.
So it's like a high gain, low gain. There's a low and high shelf, and then there's a general gain for the sample, but there's also a gain for the entire project. You can adjust.
Oh, so it doesn't let you can't go in and take out frequencies and dip certain frequencies under each other?
You can't tweak waves. You can just work with the samples.
Yeah, we got to get you. What software are you using right now, bro?
It's called Oxy.
Maybe we should get you a different one, bro.
Yeah.
BandLab is free. I know we were talking about that before we went live.
Yeah. But I'm more familiar with it, and actually the mixing doesn't sound too bad. Like
You could still make shit in whatever this pretend program is, and then do it. I'm just kidding. You could make shit in Oxy. You could make stuff in Oxy. You could export it or export elements of it separately. You know, stems of it. Mix those stems in BandLab, and then if you feel more comfortable, keep bouncing back and forth. I just think you deserve, a full parametric EQ, so you're not working with just like do I want a high pass filter or a low pass filter on this fucking song?
Yeah. Because there is specifically high pass and low pass, but there's also like an actual equalizer, just not as in detail as you would hope it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you enjoy the workflow otherwise?
100%.
Give me like the 3 pros of making music on a phone or an iPad.
So it's seamless. You get an idea, you can write it down immediately, and honestly, the playback isn't too bad. You can have it set to playback on repeat, you can have it set to playback on repeat, but also in the background of like other apps. So you can listen to it while you're doing other things to get to like a general sound of like how it sounds in the background of things. If that's how people listen to their music, stuff like that. And one more pro, a fourth one.
Give me it.
The exporting is nice. So
Exporting is nice.
Yeah, you can export it as a video, an audio. So the audio is just like an MP4. You can export it as a wave, an uncompressed wave, and you can just export the raw project as well.
Yeah, okay, so you can do project files as well.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That's cool. Have you done anything? Have you ever got to work on music on like a standard workstation, like a PC or a laptop or anything at all? Or you've only done it on the phone and the iPad?
Only legitimately done it on like the phone or like an iPad, right?
Yeah.
I used the
Don't
demo.
be afraid to look at the mic while you're talking to the mic when you're telling me about this story.
There was that one time I used the demo version of FL Studio.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
I honestly loved it.
Yeah.
There was a demo song and I just messed around with it.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, they dropped some bangers in those. FL Studio, for people that don't know, it's a DAW, a digital audio workstation that is, first off, got tremendous workflow. But they also, when you download that like trial or like the demo, they give you some heat, bro. Every once in a while, and they switch it up. So, because I've had FL for a while now. When you update, because you have to update every once in a while, which that's another beautiful thing about FL Studio. They're gonna buy this video and turn it into an ad, which they should. It's a phenomenal. I honestly love FL. They also what I was getting to, a great thing that they do is they offer, when you buy their software, you get that for life, bro. There's no subscription bullshit. You pay for FL. Let's say I forget how much I spent on mine, a couple $100, and you get that when they come out with a new one, you just update.
Oh,
FL Studio 20, that's what I think of the one I bought, or FL 19 or whatever. We're on 21 now, or 22. Just update. It's free.
That's pretty crazy.
It's a phenomenal. ImageLine is a
really
legit
nice
company for that, bro. Legit as hell.
Honestly, better than half.
But yeah, on the demo songs, that's what people don't know. When you download FL and open it for the first time, it gives you this like random song, and they'll change them, especially when I've updated. It's been a new one every time. always a banger, bro.
Yeah. The one, I can't remember which version I had, but I messed with like a house.
It's always
song.
some house banger, bro. It really is. I don't know what they're doing over there. Who's
Like,
making these
The
songs?
one I had was like a progressive house, like Martin Garrix almost.
There you go.
That kind of stuff back then. And that was popular, like Tiesto. So
Yeah,
I
Tiesto's
messed
got
around.
some bops.
That's when I learned what sidechain was.
Oh yeah, when you had
Yeah.
FL Studio
Yeah.
for a day?
Yep.
Okay, well that's a big day then.
Yeah.
Sidechaining is important.
I learned a lot about producing on a PC DAW. It's nice.
Are we gonna do that maybe someday? You think?
I'd love to
Yeah.
like prioritize mastering it through the PC, but most of the work probably will be done with what I'm more comfortable with. At least
Yeah.
writing it down.
There's no problem with that. Even Steve Lacy, who's a phenomenal artist right now, huge. He got that song, Bad Habit. I buy my
Yeah.
ton as a bad. It blew up on TikTok. He is first off a phenomenal artist. He made a ton of his early stuff all on GarageBand on his phone,
Really?
and I think he still makes some stuff. Like he still does demos and shit on his phone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's insanely talented. You can make good stuff. That's what a lot of people. I mean, dude, there's somebody on TikTok right now. I forget his name specifically. Maybe it's Paul Russell. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking completely out of turn. There are several artists on TikTok right now that just use their phone to make music, and they make good songs that sound great. And another thing too is you can do a lot of mixing now and shit on the phone that sounds well. But even just from a recording standpoint, I've seen people where they record with just this into their phone, and then they bounce that out to a producer or a mixing engineer, and that person mixes it, and it sounds you wouldn't even know.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's not gonna be for everything, and it's not gonna work for everybody.
Right.
But like obviously, it helps having a nice microphone.
Oh yeah.
But when if you can do it really with anything now, which is super cool.
The
think-
nice microphone makes it easier on the mixing part.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but just having the ability, I can't imagine if BandLab or something like that would have existed. Like when I was starting making music, I know for a fact I would have been all over that shit.
Right.
Because like I was already messing around with GarageBand on like my friends' Macs and stuff like that. Because that's before it used to not be included on iPhones and everything.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was like a demo version, but so I couldn't do it on the phone. So I would like any one of my friends that had a Mac, dude. I was like, bro, we should try to make some music. We should try to make it and be like, dude, that's goofy as shit. But like, I was just trying to figure out a way to do it. So I can imagine if BandLab existed back then. But it's super cool that it's there now, man. Super, super cool.
Hey, thanks for watching there, guy. Click right over here if you want to see that episode in its entirety. Or you can click over here and subscribe to the channel. See all the other fun shit we do here. It's really up to you, guy.